Hello everybody and welcome back to In the Driver's Seat with dubizzle, and on this episode we'll be talking about new car launches including the Grand Wagoneer, the most expensive license plate ever sold in the United Arab Emirates, plus we've introduced a new feature at dubizzle Cars and so much more. So let's kick things off with myself, Chris, and Fawad, and let's get right into the thick of things. Let's kick things off first with the new car launches. And up first is the mighty Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Fawad, tell me what you think of the car, because I think it is huge. It's a monstrosity, but in a good way.
It's a very good monstrosity.
It is.
Basically, it's actually weird to see Jeep go to luxury. It's not weird, it's just new for them because they went to the super luxury. You're talking about a car that will be in the same class as a GLS Mercedes, as the X7 in BMW, as the Wrangler Navigator, as the Cadillac Escalade, and these cars have been in the market for a very long time, so they have their audiences already, you know? So to launch such a car is very impressive from Jeep, but actually the car is amazing.
It is. You know, and when I first saw it, it's probably the same size as the bus that's been shortened, right? It is humongous. The windows are massive, so it makes the car feel even bigger inside. And someone of my size is actually incredibly comfortable on the third row, which is unheard of. If you sit on the third row of any car, I guarantee you, whether it be a Patrol, a Pajero, anything like that, it is not for someone my size. And I'm not talking the height, I'm talking the width, okay? In the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, that is incredibly comfortable back there, and it is such a pleasant sight. But all of this comes at quite a hefty price tag.
It does.
It is 525,000 dirhams, round about there. There's only one trim option that's coming.
In the UAE.
We're only getting the one that has the 3-litre twin turbo. No, it comes with a 3-litre turbo called the Hurricane unit, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So it will blow everyone out of the water in that category. I'll be honest, that is a lot of money for a Jeep.
Look, it is a lot of money. It is a lot of money for a Jeep, and that's the concept that people need to know. But at the same time, the car is very valuable. It has the materials inside of it is made luxury materials. It feels luxury. By the way, an interesting fact about this car, nowhere on the car do you see Jeep. It's only called Grand Wagoneer. So on the sides, on the back, in the steering wheel, on the seats, everywhere, it only says Grand Wagoneer and Wagoneer. It doesn't say Jeep anywhere. And I think that's what they're trying to introduce, like they did with the Ram. Like there's no more Dodge Ram, it's called Ram. And I think that's what they're trying to introduce with Jeep, with the Wagoneer.
So they're kind of spinning it off into its own thing.
Exactly, spinning it off into its own brand. And this could be because everything in this car is different. And the screens in it. What's up with the screens?
There's like 7 of them or something? 5 or 7. There's literally a screen everywhere you look. There's 3 in the front, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There were 2 in the back. Or is there 3 in the back and there's 2 in the front? Oh, no, it makes more sense. 1 here for the driver, 1 for the center console.
Yes.
And I think there's 3 in the back.
There's 1 also for the passenger. That's actually the most impressive one between them. Because the passenger now doesn't only get a screen just to look at what the driver is doing. He gets his own screen. So he can play movies, he can listen to things, he can see what's happening, and same for the that we've seen it before on screens in the back, but this is the first time it's on the passenger screen.
And the vehicle is available right now if you want to pick one up. It is quite a tough pill to swallow. From what I've heard, it seems to be worth it. There is another Jeep that we need to talk about here as well, and that is the Jeep Wrangler. It's been given a little bit of an update. The grille seems to have got a little bit tighter at the front. It looks to be slightly smaller. They've updated the infotainment system. I think it's about now 12 inches.
Around something like
which
that.
Which is mighty impressive.
It's very good.
I mean, I'll be honest here. The Uconnect system is hands down one of the best infotainment systems ever built and ever put into any car. I will defend that up and down, even though I don't own a Jeep. I just love the infotainment system. But there's a few other things. There's a few new colours that have been introduced as well. I know Jeep has always been big on these fun and, cool colours. Kind of like me, but I'm wearing brown for some reason. I guess I should wear something a bit more colourful. And there's a few other things here and there. Now, availability for the United Arab Emirates is not yet known, nor is pricing. This has been unveiled in the US, so it should be coming to our shores later this year.
Yeah, I think people like the Wrangler as it is. They don't want too much changes in it. It's iconic, the car. It's been like that since the 80s, maybe a little bit before as well. And people enjoy that car, and they like the shape of it, and it obviously sells very well. So why mess with something that's doing very good for you. And I think that's what they went for with the Wrangler, which is a very good idea.
Don't fix what ain't broke. I think that's the word that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Or
That's
terminology, isn't it? But of course, Jeep is not the only car that we want to talk about here. Porsche Cayenne. The V8 has returned to the S.
Yeah, so as we know, we have the Cayenne, Cayenne S, GTS, and the Turbo. It's been in the GTS and the Turbo, the V8, but they removed the V8 from the S trim, I think, in 2014. 2015, probably.
Sounds about right, because they wanted to go for that
when they went to the new shape. Right? Exactly. So at that time, now only they brought back the V8 and the S trim. And I think this is something people want. Because when you're buying a Porsche Cayenne, you want a V8. I don't know, at least I want a V8.
It seems, I'll agree with that. I want a V8 too. But it seems like this is kind of the weird time to do it because in 2026, the Cayenne is going electric. They're going to try and push for fully electric. I think they might have an ICE unit here and there, maybe a 6-cylinder, maybe a 4-cylinder too. But introducing a V8 this close to it is kind of weird. We're only 3 years off of that.
You know, that's actually interesting. I think car companies are a little bit confused with what's happening. And there's the people that want to go full electric and hybrid, and you have opposing them the people that want to go put a 6.2 Hemi in the car, in every car, you know. And I think it's car enthusiasts against futuristic.
But I know one car that you're very excited about, which is the McLaren. I'll try and pronounce this correctly. Artura. Did I say it right? Is that how you say it?
I think McLaren Artura is the name. Yeah. There's a small debate.
Yeah, when it comes to these pronunciations, I get pretty bad with these
supercars
things.
especially. But yeah, this is a very exciting car to me especially. So as we know, there's the McLaren 570S, which is the entry level to McLaren, right? And this car was around 560 horsepower. And it was a V8, 3.8 V8. So now they changed it. They put a 3-liter turbo V6 engine in the McLaren Artura, and they put a hybrid.
And it's one of the most powerful V6s on.
It's 671 horsepower, which is very impressive for an entry-level McLaren. Because this is not the same price as the Ferrari F8 Turbiro, right? It's in the lower range of pricing. This is around $250,000, so in the US at least. So it's in a very good place to be 671 horsepower.
Well, the car has just arrived for the first time in the GCC, and it's actually the first ever model that's actually come here to the United Arab Emirates. It was delivered to an entrepreneur who's based here in the country. Of course, it would come here first. Where else would it go?
You know what I actually like about this car? Do you know that this car has 360 cameras? It has lane departure warning, and it has adaptive cruise control. Yeah, it has adaptive cruise control. A sport car, not a sport car, a hypercar with all of these.
My Volvo has that. Is it a supercar?
Well, you know, but have you seen it on a Lamborghini?
This is true. You know what? That is very true. You don't
so
see
all the supercars, they don't put this stuff on it. They
Makes sense.
just put maybe a rear camera. They've been blessing enough, and you need it on a supercar.
So
because it's so expensive, you don't want to hit the car, right?
Yeah. So I have a question for this then, because you know at high speed, the blind spot detection or the lane intervention system, it might not trigger all the time because, of course, jolting you side to side, or if you are merging lanes like that at high speed, can be very dangerous. True. And the systems know this as well. What if you're going at high speed? Would it be the same system? Would it be the same in the Artura? Do you think that it wouldn't jolt you left and right from that?
I don't know, but obviously, I think there would be a button to disable it, no? Like the lane departure assist, there is obviously a button to disable it. So if this is more for your everyday driving, let's say you're driving it on a highway, you're going normal speeds, you want your car to have these safety features, right?
I think this is probably why we haven't seen them in a lot of supercars, right? Because they're probably still trying to, test the waters with these kind of things and stuff like that. Now, of course, there's another car that we want to talk about here. This is the Infiniti QX50, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Infiniti rapidly expanded their lineup over the past couple of years. The QX50 is one of their smaller crossovers. It's got a VC turbo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
2-liter engine, 268-ish horsepower. They've now got a new black trim, or it's not officially called a black edition, if I'm not mistaken. But
Sport line, I think they call it.
It's called a sport line.
It does come with a black grille in the front and black bits here and there. It's actually a nice looking car, you know. It's a very nice looking car because I think all the Infiniti, they updated the QX60 and the QX55 are also very beautiful cars. But this QX50, people were waiting for it, you know.
This is true. The Q30 is there as well, but that's a bit smaller based on the A-Class. Never really understood that car too much. And I think it's actually out of production now, to be honest. I haven't seen many on the roads in a long time. They always came in rose gold for some reason.
That was a nice color.
Really? It's a nice color for a phone, but not a car.
It came with the phones that came rose gold, and people kind of enjoyed it.
I don't know if I'd want a car matching. No, okay, yeah, no, okay. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who wants the shirt to match the car, so I don't know what I'm talking about. The phone and the car.
So we have to worry
should
about
match.
the car matching the shirt.
Yeah, it won't be this color. I don't want this color on a car. This is very, very weird. The other car that's launched as well recently, this again was a very recent one, is it's an unpronounceable one for me, Lincoln Nautilus.
Yeah, I think that's the correct pronunciation. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce it.
It's their smaller SUV. Of course, they have the Aviator. They have the Navigator as well. The Navigator is their massive three-road one. The Aviator is a little bigger. I think the Nautilus is their smallest SUV they currently offer.
It's the closest they came to a crossover, if you want.
And it comes with a really unique feature. Now, in the US, it's called highway hands-free driving. So by that, it means you can drive hands-free when you're on the freeway or highway even, which is a very interesting and unique feature because that's going to save a lot of us from having to grip the steering wheel and have our arms like this all the time and constantly have to, drive the car itself. Hands-free driving.
Hands-free driving. On the highway, though, it's a thing. But I don't know, BMW, they went with this, with the Drive Assist Plus, but you have to keep your hands on the highway. I don't know how legal would that be. At least with the laws that we have right now. But it's an impressive feature to have, definitely.
It seems like a greyish area, because again, like you said, hands-free driving should always be... There should be hands nearby, right? Yeah. It shouldn't be totally hands-free.
Or touch the steering wheel every 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, something like that.
Exactly. That's what my Volvo does.
To know that you're awake,
If I put my adaptive cruise control on, and then I have the lane assist feature as well... If I take my hands off the steering wheel, the car will adjust the lane if I'm merging too far to the right, but then it will automatically stop because it'll say, hey, put your hands back on the wheel. Stop driving like an idiot, basically. It's an idiot-proof car, isn't it? But it also comes with some new features as well, like these, it's called Lincoln Revolutionary. I can't remember the actual name of it, but it kind of has these sensors inside the car that really eases you, mellows you out, kind of, so the car is more of a space for you to enjoy rather than being in a stressful environment. It kind of calms you down. Great for traffic.
Well, Lincoln have been ahead in technology in a long time. They started with the Navigator. It had the welcome lights and all the features that it had way ahead of its competitors. So I wouldn't be surprised to have something like that.
It is pretty impressive. And there's so much that we could talk about new car launches in the United Arab Emirates and around the world, but we have more topics to discuss, including new services that we have readily available right now at dubizzle Cars, because we have over 1,500 cars readily available for you to purchase, and now, a lot of them now, come with a service contract.
So not only you want a warranty on your car, but you want to do a minor service, and there's two packages. There's the light package and the standard package. The light comes with the car, and you can pay extra to get the standard one. But they're both very nice. You get two minor services with the light package and one major service, along with a couple of other things like an air filter and all of that, what you need to your car. Do you have to have the most peace of mind that you would have on a pre-owned car?
Of course, this is not the only feature that we have available at dubizzle Cars. We have a lot of value-added services, including financing. We can help you clear loans. We can even help you sell a car in 60 minutes or less. So if you need anything from dubizzle Cars, let us know. We're right here to assist you. Let's talk number plates, though, because this has been a very hot topic.
This is a hot topic.
I'm not going to say I own a fancy number plate. I do have an A plate, but it does have it does have 928 in it, so it's very good for a Porsche. I'm not going to buy one anytime soon because I can't afford to run one.
So you need to buy a Porsche.
I do, and I actually had somebody try to buy the plate off me once on my old Volvo, and I said the car's not included. He's like, okay, fine, I'll give you the money for the car as well. Don't worry. I said, are you sure it's worth nothing? I want the plate, please. Thank you. But no. We've broken the record. I know here in the United Arab Emirates, we constantly break records.
Yeah, it
doesn't matter what it is, whether it be buildings, events. We've broken a record that stood for 16 years of the most expensive number plate, which was conveniently sold here in the United Arab Emirates as well. But another record was shattered, and that was for P7, a number plate worth 55 million dirhams. That's 15 million US dollars it converts.
This is a very big number for a plate.
It is. This
is a humongous number for a plate. I think for someone to pay that much, it tells you a lot about the country. It tells you how much people trust this country.
Yeah, and it's incredible. The most expensive license plate we currently have listed for sale on dubizzle is 35 million dirhams at time of recording, and it conveniently is the number 7 in Abu Dhabi. Coincidence? I think not. The plate P7 has actually been spotted on the road. People have spotted it on a specific electric car brand. I don't want to give it too much information because we should really respect the person's privacy as well. But number plates.
It's impressive to put it on an electric car, though.
It is.
I don't know. Like
Is it a
if you
massive
had a
flex?
P7, 55 million dirhams, you'd put it on a Bugatti Voiture Noire.
Yes.
That's
you could.
$15 to a $19 million car.
I would personally put it on a
They
250 GTO. But that's what I would do. 100%.
That's a very good car, yeah, true.
I don't know if I want to put it on a Bugatti. I want to stand out more than that. The 250 for me is the standout car. Although I'd get the bread
Have
wagon.
you seen a Bugatti? The Grand Voiture?
I've seen one or two in my life, yes.
It's a beautiful car.
It
man.
is. I'll give you that.
It does stand
I will
out
give you that.
on its own, you know? Like on a P7 on that car, there wouldn't be any place in the world you'd arrive and people not notice you.
It would be great if you could put it on a McLaren P1 and you had chassis number 7.
Okay, I love that.
Then it'll make a lot of sense. Don't you
Okay,
think?
I'm sold. I'm sold.
Or an Aston Martin 177, like one of those, the ones that have sevens in them.
But then you need a car enthusiast to know you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, hey, I'm here. Sorry, we don't know why you're driving.
Obviously, the money that was spent went to a good cause. It went to the 1 billion mil endowment.
Yeah.
Of course, supported by His Highness here in Dubai.
That's a very good cause, at least, to pay such a huge amount on, you know?
Exactly. So it's not just someone throwing money around. It's going to a good cause. Of course, at dubizzle Cars, if you're looking to buy or sell a car, you can do it right here with us at dubizzle Cars. We can give you an offer in 60 minutes or less. We'll even inspect the car during the process. Plus, if you're looking to buy a car, as we said, we've got 1,500 cars readily available just for you, and they're all inspected.
No waiting list.
You can just walk in and you can buy one right away. We can even help you with the finance. But before we go, remember to verify your account. Once you verify your account, you get higher ad placement, you get priority customer support, plus a whole range of benefits. Get verified, get more benefits. Thank you so much for watching this episode of In the Driver's Seat with dubizzle. And if you want to know any more about the subjects that we've spoken about, of course, check out the blog. We've got plenty of articles up there. Don't forget to check dubizzle Cars as well.
Thank you very long.